Hi y'all, Major here. On today's Crash Course, we're going to be talking about the most rootinest, tootinest, shootinest mechanical bounty hunter this side of the breach. Carbine. Now, if you didn't watch the last Crash Course and are wondering what this series is, you're the type of person that skips part 1 of JoJo, and that I cannot abide. Carbine's abilities are all focused around him doing the pew-pews with his 3-shot revolver. They are either really good at helping him get his shots, keep people in a place to get shot, or bully people into a corner to get shot. He's best when keeping enemies just outside of his safe space, perfectly spacing himself for his LMB shots. I should mention, his LMB is not that easy to hit. Not sure if it might just be the weird feeling of full bot matches or something, but his primary is slow fast? I don't know, it's hard to explain. But 3 shots feel really rewarding once you stop sucking. To help hit your shots, you can use your dash to give you better positioning and empower your next shot with a slow and further range to make the follow-ups easier to land. On top of that, these empowered shots deal extra damage at far ranges just like the first shot of the revolver. You can either use this at the beginning of a volley to give you an extra shot, or dash later in a volley to keep it going. Now, his air dash may be one of the sickest movement abilities in the game, in a way that mastering Carbine will really come down to learning everything you can do with your air dash. I mean, it's also about hitting your shots, but that's true for basically every... See, Carbine's air dash is in a similar vein to Hudson and Celeste's air dash, where it's a continuous movement during which he can perform other actions, but it has 2 big distinctions that make it different. Firstly, it's a lot shorter and less mobile compared to the others, but it has one thing that really separates it from the other dashes. It goes up! That's right, if you hit a wall, rock, or any other kind of terrain, you go upwards a little bit, and maxing this ability makes you go even higher. This can be used to get over walls that most hunters can't, gain a mini jump pad style engage, and dodge some attacks. There's also 2 really cool things I discovered while messing around with it. If you hit a rock, a tree, or something else right at the end of your dash, you extend its duration with the climb. The other thing I discovered, which I think will be one of its main uses and a bonus reason to max the dash, is if you end up running them hands near a tall wall and dash into it, you can get high enough that no one can shoot you. It ain't getting bitched out of a fight if you do something cool to escape. His other 2 base abilities are fairly simple, but important to his combat flow. Firstly, his R&B is just a simple cone push in front of him, but if you want to go double tech and max it, you can get some pretty crazy CC chains. Don't have much else to say. It's just a really good get away from me tool, keeping people over the abyss, and has some really good playmaking potential. His special, however, is a bit more situational. It's a really good defensive tool in stunning enemies, can be a great scouting tool, and is especially good at keeping enemies locked into a position. Now, mind you, this is impossible to put into practice against bots, as they do not understand the concept of morality, and do not run from death like us weak humans. Its defensive capabilities are amazing. Since you can walk through it, you can fight melee hunters around your box with ease. Cage matches have never been more in style. Carbine's ult is pretty hard to hit, and doesn't have the highest damage per shot. But if you're able to line up a whole team with at least one of them being low health, you gain an insane amount of benefit out of your ult. For powers, since his air dash is so similar, he does extremely good with all the powers that Celeste does well with. He really likes Money Tree for the air dash, as it will make him get airborne. For items, just get double blade, but whatever you want. Someone will come up with some lame meta build, and that will be what everyone uses anyway. And that's Carbine. He's extremely fun, and I cannot wait to play him more. My Crash Course videos will sadly be taking a small break until more hunters start coming out, but I will keep the endeavors coming. In the meantime, remember this advice for being a cowboy. Be rootin', be tootin', and by God be shootin'. But most importantly, be kind.